welcome to another RSR. Tonight, I'm recapping the 2022 Scotiabank CONCACAF League round of 16, Octavos de Final 2022, Liga CONCACAF de Scotiabank, of course, and predicting the quarterfinals of the 2022 CONCACAF League, Quartos de Final 2022, Liga CONCACAF. No problem, right? So, let's get to the round of 16 recap. Round of 16 won, in order of when they ended, of course. Round of 16 won. Tauro FC 2-1. 2-1 over Sporting San Miguelito. Tauro FC gets it done. Not the easiest tie. They score a 1-0 win on the road, at home. They draw 1-1, but they get it done. I was right on that tie. I had Tauro going through. I thought they were the better club than Sporting San Miguelito. I thought it could be close, and I was right for sure. But Tauro, they were not as impressive as I thought they'd be. They were not as strong as I thought they'd be. And by the way, their manager is Francisco Perlo. Same manager that beat Toronto FC in the Champions League. So I expected better. I expected better from Tauro. Perlo was a damn good manager. I expected better out of Tauro, and they did not show it at all. They are going through to the quarterfinals. Yes, they still did not show it. Miguelito actually looked pretty damn good, just as they did against Malacateco. They're a very good team, and it sort of sucks for them that they couldn't get through this tie. First leg, they had a lot of chances. Second leg, they had some breaks go their way, and they easily could have turned that around. It could have easily gone the other way, but it didn't. But I was right that Tauro would go through. Not exactly the way they did, but I still picked them to go through, and I was right 1-0 on my predictions so far. Round of 16-5, CS Herediano 1, Pacific FC 1. Herediano wins 6-5 on penalties. I had Pacific winning. I was wrong about that. 1-1 on my predictions. Herediano wasn't really the better team at all through the tie. They got one goal in the first leg that was pretty spawny. Pacific were the better team throughout the 180 minutes. And they took an early lead in penalties as well. That sort of reflected as well. Pacific were very good in this tie, and I didn't expect better. I should say they should have had better. Pacific honestly should have won this tie. But Herediano did enough. Former champions, 2018. They did enough to go through. Pacific fought tooth and nail. Through the first leg, through the second leg, got a late goal from Gianni Dos Santos, who should have started both legs. James Merriman should have started both legs. He didn't, but he should have. And that's probably what hurt them in the end. Amir Didic missed his penalty. Genario Daniels missed his. And that's pretty much what did it. One missed by Herediano, no saves by Callum Irvin. And that was pretty much what put Pacific in the end. Knocked them out in the ground. In the end, took them out. But Herediano did enough. As 2018 champions, they know as much as what they need to do, just enough to get through, and they did it. Their history preceded themselves. That's how they got through. 1-1 on my predictions. Pacific fought their asses off, but it just wasn't meant to be. Round of 16, number 4, Didion. 2-1 over Comunicaciones FC, the defending champions. No, I did not get this tie right. No, I'm 1-2, or 1 out of 3. 1-2, yeah, in my predictions. Didion gets it done. That's the champions curse taking effect. That's all I could say. Comunicaciones were shit throughout both legs. They were bad. You never saw them hit second gear. Never. Not even 1.5. They did not fight the way that they did when they were in the CONCACAF League and won it. They beat Motagua. Serial bottlers, yes, but they won it by beating Motagua. First ever Guatemalan team. First team that wasn't Costa Rican or Honduran to win. They go to Champions League. They beat Colorado. They almost beat NYC. They're this close to going to the semifinals of Champions League. 8 months later, they go into CONCACAF League. No preliminary round, of course. This was already set up. This was one of the known ties of the round of 16 the whole way through. and they lose to Didion, who can't hold a candle to any of those teams. What? Just absolutely disgraceful from Comunicaciones. Didion fought their ass off. Let's not get that wrong, but how? Like, even I can't explain. Even I only can say Champion's Curse still lives. That's it. Comunicaciones shot themselves in the foot, really. Not scoring a goal at home, letting Didion beat you in Guatemala, and then going back, scoring a goal. Having to score 2 goals. Didion scored 1 down there. And Comunicaciones had about 70 minutes to score 2 goals down there. On the road, they didn't do it. I thought they could. They almost did. Also, a power outage like around, the 70th minute? Crazy, right? I have no words. I was wrong. Comunicaciones got champions cursed in the round of 16. At least if they got to Olympia or Municipal, that would have been, okay, that's acceptable. Maybe the champions curse, but that's sort of realistic. I guess if it has to be champions curse, it either has to be a really embarrassing loss to a team that's realistic, or a loss to a team that you don't expect to lose to, and it's still embarrassing. Well, you got champions cursed. Round of 16, too. My luck turns a bit. FC Motagua 3-0 over Cibao FC. Got that right. 2 out of 2 now. 2 for 4. 2 out of 2. 2 and 2, I should say. Motagua honestly took the tie by the scruff of the neck. They did enough. They scored 1 at home or away at Cibao. They scored 2 goals at home. They did enough. Cibao fought. It wasn't like Cibao knew they were out. They tried to fight. And that was very interesting. And Cibao had their moments, especially in the second leg at Motagua. They had their moments. And they knew they could pull this off. Or I wouldn't say knew they could pull this off, but they tried. Motagua should have won by more. They really should have. But Cibao had more fight. They had more resolve. They had more try. And they believed in themselves. And they did exactly what they had to do to win this tie. Or Motagua, I should say. Cibao did enough to stop the bleeding. Let's put it like that. They did enough to stop the bleeding in the situation. But still, 2 and 2 in my predictions. Next up, Alianza FC in round of 16-8. Alianza FC of El Salvador. 7-1 over Verdes FC. This was a message. Not really the first leg. That was a 2-0 win in Belize for Alianza of El Salvador. But the second leg, 5-1 at home, Cuscatlan slapped them round. They slapped them round. Even when they scored a goal, they still slapped them round. It was a message to Alajuelense, who had a 5-0 win against the other Alianza of Panama in the first leg at their house. They're like, well, we know we pretty much have to face you in the second leg. They knew that they pretty much would have to face Alajuelense in the second round, in the quarterfinals, their second round, and said, all right, bet. We'll outshine you. They did, by aggregate and the home win. Woo boy. Woo boy. I'd say Verdes is a bit more talented than Alianza of Panama, so I'll let them have the goal they had. That's some history. They scored a goal in Santos de Guapiles too, so. But Alianza said, no, boom, 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 boom. We're just going to slap you around to make a point, and they did. They did. So 3 out of 2, 3 and 2 on my predictions. Now, CS Cartagenes, round of 16-6. CS Cartagenes, 0-4 to Real Espana. Real Espana win the tie. I told you this could be an upset. I was wrong about this tie because I picked Cartagenes, but I told y'all this could be the upset, the big upset. Well, with Didion winning, it really wasn't, but I knew this could go either way. And this one definitely was a toss-up, I should say. But Espana could definitely get it done, and oh, they did. 3 out of 3 on my predictions. Real Espana were just the better team throughout both legs. No joke. I was here watching the last 30 minutes of the first leg last week, and then watched the first leg this week. Of course, watching because I had to do this recap. And, oh my, Real Espana, the way they played Real Esteli, they carried that straight over. Cartagenas had no answer. They had no experience, and they were like, oh, crap. We don't know how to play in CONCACAF. They just wanted to enjoy the moment for being there. After winning their league, they fell flat on their ass. Seriously. Espana's just like, nah, we don't care that you took 60 years to win your league. No, we're going to slap you around and show that we're the team that turns heads this year. It ain't going to be Pacific. It's going to be us. And Pacific did pretty well, don't worry, but from what I saw. But Real Espana's turned heads. They're damn good. They could upset a Champions League tie, depending on who they get tied with, or if they make it and get drawn against. They could upset in Champions League as well. They're that good. They are sneaky good. Sneaky good. They are damn good, Real Espana. Don't sleep on them. Next up, round of 16-7, Alianza FC Panama, 1-6. LD Alajuelense. Alajuelense wins 6-1 on aggregate. I got that one right. 4-3 on my round of 16 predictions. That was easy. I told you Alajuelense would absolutely trounce this, and well, they did. I don't have to say much. First leg, there's a reason I didn't cover the second leg, because it was damn near over. And it was honestly, it was enjoyable, but it was also boring, because yeah, Alianza scored a goal. Panama scored a goal at home, but it didn't mean anything. It was just history for them. Good. That game, honestly, was over by the third goal in Alajuela. Or not Alajuela, it was Saprissa, Ricardo Saprissa, because they're not playing in Alajuela. Probably because of the U20 World Cup something. Probably next round they'll be playing back at home, I think. Cartagenas got to play at their own stadium. They get to laugh at that, at least. But Alajuelense did exactly what I thought they would do. And finally, round of 16-3, the last round of 16 tie. CD Olympia 3-2. CSD Municipal, I got that one right. 5 out of 8 on my predictions. But Olympia, it was a lot closer than I thought. I thought Olympia would win 3-1, 4-1, and pretty much get through pretty easily. They made it hard on themselves, let's be honest. Yeah, they had the away goals, and then Chirino scored in the 60th and got exactly what he needed. They didn't need that goal, but again, Edric Menjivar stood on his head. He's the man of the tie. He got Olympia through. It should have never been that close, but it was. Municipal played well. They fought their asses off, but it just wasn't enough. But they fought their asses off. But what can you do? Olympia wins. 5 out of 8 on my predictions. Not bad, not great. Let's do better in the quarterfinals. Starting with quarterfinal 1. Tauro FC of Panama versus FC Motagua of Honduras. I got Motagua. Tauro did not wow me enough to make me say, they could beat the cereal bottle jobs. But that's really only the final of CONCACAF League. If it was the final, I'd be like, well, it's Francisco Perlo versus the cereal bottle jobs. No, this is a quarterfinal tie. Yeah, I'm not going to go that far. I think Motagua get it done pretty comfortably. 3-1 on aggregate. They go on to the semifinals, and you'll see where I'm going with this. But Motagua should easily get this done. Tauro didn't really wow me. Motagua honestly didn't either, but they had a better tie than Tauro did against Sporting San Miguelito. Both equal levels of opponents, but at least Tauro was playing a team in their league. I don't know if that really changes anything. Motagua was playing a team that they didn't really know, so you would think Motagua could have a stumbling block here or there. Tauro really shouldn't. Yeah, I'm going to go with Motagua going on to the semis. Quarterfinal 2, CD Olympia of Honduras versus Didion FC of Nicaragua. I got Olympia. Now, there's no way. There's absolutely no way Didion win this tie. There's no way. It's house money at this point. And I'm not disrespecting, but you shouldn't even have beat Comunicaciones. Olympia is not going to lose to Didion. I am legitimately saying this is a lock. If I only get 1 out of 4, it was this tie. This is a lock right now. Put this down. Olympia 4-0 over Didion. I could say 5 on aggregate. They won't play this bad. And it's not like Municipal. They slapped around Atletico Vega Real, so they had some stuff to go by. Didion just got lucky against Comunicaciones and probably had some help from the Champions Curse. I got Olympia, and they're going to slap them around. This is a lock. Olympia goes to the semis this year. The first ever champions go back to the semis. They're within touching distance on their redemption tour. Quarterfinal 3, CS Herediano versus Real Espana. This one is down the middle. This one's another toss-up. But this time, I'm not going to get this wrong. Real Espana, I believe they could get it done. I like Herediano. I respect them. But I do not think they are slightly worse than Real Espana. Real Espana are the better team in this tie. They're the better team. And I think they are the more stronger. They're the stronger team, but they're the more driven team. They want to make a statement, and they've made statements throughout this tournament. And I think they'll keep doing it. Herediano did not wow me against Pacific. It should have been, for a former champion, they should have been a little bit more decisive. It should have been a lot more obvious that they were the better team when it came to playing a team like Pacific. They were not. Espana dominated Cartagenes. I'm not saying it's going to be 4-0 Espana again. I say 2-1, 3-2. It's going to be tight, but I think Espana gets it done in the end. Real Espana goes to the semifinals. 3 Honduran teams, but of course it can't be a fourth. Quarterfinal 4, El Alajuelense of Costa Rica versus Alianza FC of El Salvador. I got Alajuelense winning. I got Alajuelense beating Alianza of El Salvador. Whether that's over 2 legs or FIFA comes down with their suspension, the decision on the possible suspension of the El Salvadoran Federation. I got Alajuelense going through. Either way, they win this tie. I think they win outright at this point, and they go through the semifinals. But outright, I think they make it. I think they make it. I think it's a pretty sufficient tie. I think Alajuelense are the better team. I think they're the bigger team. They're the bigger club. They've been champions before. And I think they're going to go to the semifinals. I think Alajuelense is going to go to the semifinals. So with that being said, my predicted semifinal ties for the 2022 Scotiabank CONCACAF League. Semifinal 1, FC Motagua versus CD Olympia in a Super Clásico Hondureño. The first ever champions, Olympia versus the Cereal Bottle Jobs in this tournament. Who goes to the final ever CONCACAF League final? Will Motagua have one more chance to finally win this tournament, or will Olympia have the chance to bookend this tournament as champions? Then the second semifinal. Real Espana of Honduras versus El Alajuelense of Costa Rica, a team who hasn't even been this close, could win their first CONCACAF League trophy if they get past Alajuelense, or will the 2020 champions have a chance to go for a true 2-legged CONCACAF League championship and be the only 2-time champions? A single leg and a 2-legged final in the real format, in the real 2-legged format, and have a true championship, even though nobody said what they did was Mickey Mouse. Will they get a true 2-legged championship? A team who hasn't won versus a team who has in the semifinals. We shall see. Those are my predicted semifinal ties. It could be different. It could be a Honduran Clásico and a Costa Rican Clásico. Somehow Tauro could crash the party. Somehow Didion could have their Cinderella story go on. Who knows? I don't think that's going to be the case, but that's what I got. 5 out of 8 in my round of 16 predictions. I gave you my 4 quarterfinal predictions and what those semifinals would be out of those predictions. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once you're subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams, or hopefully you send a super chat on this premiere. Comment on this video. Put this in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Charlotte FC versus Toronto FC. It's the home stretch. Toronto's got to win 6 out of 7, if not more. We'll see, though. Hopefully 7 out of 7, but 6 out of 7 is like the bare minimum. But we'll see. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. Let's see how this Toronto game and these quarterfinals go. See you then. Peace.